This is my Chelsea 2 Newcastle nil match review. And I know it's kind of late, but you know what? Better late than never. That's just how we roll sometimes. Sometimes my life gets too busy and I can't do a review immediately after the match. But yeah, hey, that's just the way it is. Anyway, so here's what. The first half of this game, we played some beautiful football, just beautiful. I love to see it. We look so confident, we look so organized. We really dominated Newcastle in that first half, and you just love to see it, right? Honestly, when I saw the starting lineup, guys, I was passing out because Kepa was in goal, and I was just like, why would you, that's Tuchel, why would you literally, put Kepa in a game that we need to win to go into top four? I really was questioning that decision. But you know what? At this point, I think we're all learning that Tuchel is trying different things. He's giving each player a chance, and we're all learning to kind of trust his decisions. And so eventually I kind of warmed up to, okay, fine, Kepa is going to play, maybe he's not going to be too bad. Anyway, so the game gets started, and it's a wonderful half. I mean, our wing backs are going forward. We love to see everything that we love to see, and we really dominated Newcastle. They weren't giving much. We were running all over them, and so we got our 2 goals. The first goal was Timo Werner did really well along the left side, and he puts the ball in. The keeper pushes it out to Giroud, who kicks it into the back of the net. Love to see it. And then Timo just had a couple chances where you're just like, Timo, it's going to be that kind of day, isn't it? But eventually kept on trying, and trying. And honestly, Timo has looked really good and has looked much better in our last few games. And we love, I honestly, my heart has kind of changed towards Timo Werner. I think I was very frustrated, especially when he was missing like easy chances under Frank Lampard. But I think Tuchel has come in, and what I've seen of Werner in the last like 3 games is that he looks way more confident, and he's doing a lot to help the team, even if he wasn't getting the goals. So anyway, he kept on, even though he missed a couple sitters today, he kept on trying and trying and trying until he eventually got a kind of lucky goal. But you know what? Doesn't matter, he got the goal. I loved when one of the commentators was like, bless him, just by the way he reacted to VAR finally, like VAR checking the goal and he finally getting a goal. I mean, I think there's some stat where it's like it's been like 1,000 minutes or something like that, 100 days since he's had a goal. And I think honestly, we're all happy for him. I think that he finally got the goal, and I feel, I hope that he can just push forward from this, and he could, keep going with goals in the Premier League. I mean, I think he's a good player. I think, he just needed to find himself, and I really hope that under Tuchel he's fully finding himself. Yeah, other than that, Kovacic was awesome. If Kovacic can literally like add goal scoring, just up his goal scoring ability, I think Kovacic would be considered like elite, like world class. He probably is. I don't know. He probably is already considered world class. I mean, he made a World Cup final, but he would just be like next level if he could add scoring goals to his resume. Because listen to me, Kovacic can dribble. That he's a baller. He can dribble. Kovacic can dribble past anything. Like, he can dribble. I mean, gotta love Kovacic. And I think Tuchel, we heard the post-match interview. Tuchel loves him too. Kovacic works hard. He gives his all for the team, and you just love to see it. So I think all in all, we had a good first half. Kepa didn't really have much to do. The boys were running. Everybody was playing. I mean, I think the other thing to note is that these players were fringe players under Frank Lampard, like Marcus Alonso. I mean, we didn't see him for months. I mean, we're talking Rudiger. We didn't see Rudiger for a while before he finally came back in. I mean, even Kovacic, the first half of the season under Frank Lampard, Kova wasn't really playing too much. Jorginho was definitely on the bench. And it's kind of crazy. Even Callum Hudson-Odoi wasn't getting that much game time. Kind of crazy that Tuchel has come in and he has taken all these guys who everybody kind of wrote off, and he has he has them playing, he has them looking good, he has them, I mean, he has us moving up the PL table. I mean, what else can you say? This is what we wanted to see, and we're seeing it, and it's great, and we love it. All right, so that was the first half. Done with the first half. And I knew that in the second half that Newcastle was just going to come out and try to attack us. And sure enough, they came out, and in the first, I would say, 5 minutes of the second half, we were under some pressure by them. And it's funny because they seemed to be attacking or pressing Jorginho. And look, Jorginho has been looking good under Tuchel, but we must admit, defensively, Jorginho is still lacking. And honestly, guys, my concern in this 3-4-3 is that a team, one of the bigger teams, let's say when we play Man U, they're going to attack Jorginho and stop him from playing his game and hope he makes a mistake, which he would defensively. I just don't think that Jorginho is strong enough defensively to be able to be press resistant. I think if he's attacked, and if he's attacked well, then he's gonna fall over. And so I don't know. That to me is a problem, and I think we saw it in the first 5 minutes when Newcastle started to attack him. Definitely in the second half, the game was not as exciting as in the first half. I think Newcastle, they weren't looking to score really, but we also we looked like we put our foot off the gas. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't a good second half. It was pretty boring. I think one thing that Tuchel has to work on, I think he has to work on finishing. I think the problem we have right now is people not being able to finish. If you really look at the first half of this game and how we played compared to how they played, we should have had maybe at least 4 goals in this game, but people weren't able to finish. And I think that it's definitely something that Tuchel and his team need to really look at and need to really work on. People like Kovacic need some type of like goal scoring training, something. But if Kovacic could score goals, I mean, I think Kovacic is that type of player where he could almost dribble himself all the way into the box. And if he could have finished, we would have been set. I think even Werner missing, Mount missing, like just different people. Callum Hudson-Odoi, there were a couple of times in there where he could have taken a shot in the box and he didn't. I think that we need to get some type of lethal finishing. And if our boys cannot finish come the summer, I think we're going to have to buy some type of lethal striker. I mean, I don't know who they're going to let go to kind of maybe let Giroud go, which I wouldn't want them to do because I really like Giroud, but somebody would have to go to accommodate us getting some type of lethal striker. I don't know who yet, but I'll figure that out later on. But yeah, I think our problem here is finishing, and if we don't learn to finish our chances, at some point that's going to catch up to us. We have to play Atletico in the Champions League. We have to play Man United. I mean, these are teams where you cannot be missing sitters and expect that you would probably still win the game. So that's something that we should work on. Yeah, hopefully Tuchel kind of starts getting that together. Yes, we have the tactics down now, it would seem, but we would have to work on that. I think he would also have to work on man management, because right now he has pretty much the players who are considered our best players sitting on the bench, and he's pretty much playing our fringe players. And I think at some point people aren't going to be happy with that anymore, because they're going to know that essentially they're better than some of the guys who are out there, and they're not going to be happy with not being able to play. So I don't know. I think Tuchel will need to start working soon on rotating, but not just rotating and changing formation, because the problem is that some of these players on the bench who are, like I said, better players overall, I think the issue with some of them is that they can't play in a 3-4-3. So you think Ben Chilwell, he's not as good as a wing back. You think Kante, right? Kante can defend. He's really good at tackling, but he's not as good as Jorginho in passing the ball. That we've seen a lot of times where he gave away the ball. You think Zouma. I mean, Zouma is, to me, after Thiago Silva, Zouma is definitely our second best centre back, but he's been on the bench since Tuchel came in. But the reason he's been on the bench is because Zouma is not a good passer of the ball in a 3-4-3. So I think what Tuchel needs to do is get a second system that works, and that works with the players who are on the bench, because I think that at some point he's going to have to figure out how to keep all the players happy, because the truth is, I mean, how happy is everyone going to be if the players who are considered our best players are pretty much sitting on the bench, right? I think that's something to work on. That and having lethal finishers would be the two things I think that Tuchel needs to address, okay? Yeah, but anyway, all in all, the game was a good game. I'm happy we won. Come on, you Blues. Hopefully we do it against Southampton on Saturday. Hopefully we do it against Atletico Madrid whenever we're playing them. Didn't check yet. But anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below.